Well, hey everyone, welcome back to the channel today. Happy Monday to everybody. I myself, Mondays are just another Saturday. So, those of you that had to get up and go to work today, I hope you had a great day. I got a small little update and some things to talk about on the 1960 Howe pumper that we're working on. And I'm going to flip this around and we'll talk about it. So I did get the wheels painted up over the weekend. And as you can see here, I put a piece of trim around that fender flare, and we got the running board attached. We done some sanding down here, sanding down there. I think I need to maybe do some little final sanding back here after all this dries really well. But we have the I-beam up on top of the frame. We will build the body plate off of this, and then we'll start making the sides and everything else. But I'll talk more about that as things go on. But I got the cab located now to where it absolutely will be. And I think you can see these two pieces of white styrene right there and how they are touching the kit cab right there. If I can get that in focus. But they are touching the kit cab. That will line me up now every time I go to take this on and off. I know exactly where I have to put it. Can't really do it with one hand, but I stick it on there and then push it back, and it stops. It stops at the stop. I added some pieces back here underneath the kit cab so that we could have our height nice and level. It was tilting back a little bit. I didn't really like that. I don't have none of these glued together, but I think these came out okay. And then our fronts. But let's talk about the elephant in the room, because I had one commenter brought this up to my attention, and I had just been thinking about it earlier that day. So I'm an idiot. So go back to our frame here. I got a straight axle on there. So this cannot be a 4x4 now. So I have looked in everything I've got in my stash in this room and the other, and I can find nothing with the front axle for a 4-wheel drive heavy-duty truck. So what we're going to do, and we're just going to roll with it, because I was afraid to start trying to break all this off since I had it super glued. I didn't want to crack or break this 3D printed frame. I'm just going to go with it the way it is. I'm going to stop calling it a 4x4. It's just going to be my Howe pumper truck. You know, that's what we're just going to go with. There's no sense in breaking a bunch of eggs just for a detail that really nobody will ever see. And I'm not really that concerned about it anyway. But anyway, I got shocks on the front. I got some shocks on the back. I had to make the shock mounts up there. so they would stay in place. Can't really see them from the rear, but they're up here in the front. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'm thinking about possibly taking this outside and throwing some primer on it today. It's kind of nice out there. And we'll start probably building on that body fairly soon. So I hope you guys will stick around and watch that, because that will be coming up. And we'll be doing all that back there on that table. But of course I will sit here with the cab in place and try to measure it and draw it out on the piece of paper, and then I'll show you guys that as I go along. I think that's about it. I did cobble up a V8 engine for it. Probably not right for this year truck, but you know, it is what it is. We're going to be mounting it probably about like that. That's why I put this piece of styrene in there to use as my motor mount or motor plate, whatever. But I think it should work out all right. That is a bunch of leftover parts from the Mobius, I think it was the Mobius 70 or 71 snowplow kit. That's actually where my shocks came from. Those were the hydraulic rams for the snow blade to control it, you know, going left and right, up and down, all that stuff. Again, always keep your parts, because you never know when you might use them. So I'll just keep piddling away here with this. I'm already babbling. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all of you in the next video. And thank you very much for watching. And if anybody wants a shop card, hit me up in an email, and we'll do a swap. So see you guys.